Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the SlipStream. Today, we're going to be doing the same thing we did last week, but with the MK8 Deluxe tracks. And today, I'm going to have with me on this podcast, the people I'm going to have with me are Lily and Pikachu, or Y.
Hi.
Yeah, so Y, could you just re-explain what we're going to be doing so the people who didn't see the last week's podcast still understand what's going on?
So this week, we instead of Mario Kart Wii, we did Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So we ranked all of our 48 tracks, which today we're only going to cover 24. But we ranked all of our 48 tracks, and then I added all of everyone's scores from people from the server, people in this podcast, or just anyone really who sent in a list. I added all of those numbers together, and the highest scores are at the bottom of the list, and the lower scores are at the top of the list because I ranked from, like, if you have it at 1, it's going to be like a lower number if you add it up, obviously. So, oh my god, sorry, Falto, I literally just blanked out.
We're playing
It's
putt
okay.
putt.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Edit this
No,
part
no.
and then
Keep
just
rolling,
re-edit
keep it rolling,
edit
keep
it
it
back
rolling.
It's
in.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Nah,
You could
nah,
go.
we're gonna play putt putt golf, and
Yes.
the lowest score is hole in one. You win, and
Yes.
that's the best track. The lowest score, you suck at putting, and that's the lowest track. It sucks.
Okay. Now, also, just one question. Why? How many people or how many lists did we get in total? Like, because last time we got 12.
I think 13 or 14.
Okay. All right. So that's good. Hopefully. And also, so at the end of this podcast, I'll show all of our lists, but I'll only show like actually no, wait, should
I'll
I
actually
the-
show the competent ones.
No, because okay, actually, yeah. So I'll show our bottom 24 list. So I'll show like our
Oh yeah, I have
half
to
of
send
our
mine.
yeah. So
Oh, sorry.
you can send it
Sorry.
afterwards. It's fine. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just show like each of our lists that or the first half of it or the last half.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to call it. All right. So enough talking and let's get started. Putt. So let's
Enough
put
talk-
some. Let's put some golf. I mean, let's put some balls into some holes.
Falto, that was like an
enough.
epic fail.
Enough talking. Let's start talking.
All right. So 48 we have
Bone Dry Dunes.
Yes, Bone Dry Dunes, and this track was expected. Honestly, like, I mean, this track for me personally, I put it, let's see, I think I put it as my last one. Let me just check my list. I did put it as my last one. This track, I mean, it's like, there's nothing bad to it. It's just that, like, driving on it is just miserable. Like, just in general, most sand tracks, they're not fun to drive on in Mario Kart, especially. Now, it's not as bad as MKW's driving, but like, or I mean, driving in sand, but like, this course for me is just not fun to drive on.
Yeah, and for me, I agree. The sand physics is really what puts it at my bottom 10. Like, I put it at 42 because the track layout's kind of decent, but like, the sand physics just destroy the track feel to me because and that shortcut, like, you can't even get past it with the mushroom sometimes, even on 150. Like, it's almost, and then that getting to that anti-grav section takes like a lot of practice to do, even though I'd mastered it. But it's really just the sand physics that put it at the bottom of the list for me.
Yeah.
I disagree. I still don't think it's one of the best tracks, but I don't think it's that bad. I didn't put it as the last. I put it at 40. So I don't really notice a difference in the sand physics when I'm driving. And I do like harder tracks in the game, but I think there's a difference from a skill track to a badly laid out track. Going into the second set, you have these split paths, and to take the optimal line is the most awkward thing in the world. And in, like, if you're in the path, like mid-pack, I don't think you're just going to get bumped off, or you're going to miss your double. It's just like, it doesn't flow as a track as others should. and it feels kind of clunky.
Yeah, and did I mention that 200cc is almost impossible on this track?
Well, 200cc isn't built for this game in the first place, so
Yeah,
I don't really.
true.
Yeah, 200cc was kind of an afterthought, so most
Yeah, but
tracks are
that's a
not
topic
built.
for another video.
Yeah.
Why 200cc is irrelevant? No.
Okay, so final Censius, why would you
Yeah.
like to say it?
So the track overall is just kind of clunky. It's not really that fun to play on because sand and the sand physics just don't work well. Overall, it's just a badly laid out track, and it just doesn't flow together well.
Music's cool though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to number 47, which is Ice Outpost, and I'm actually I'm not surprised. I think
I'm not
that.
either.
I mean, personally, I actually enjoy this track. I put it way higher, but like, I mean, I do understand that people, they don't like this track because it's slippery and similar to Bones Ride Dunes. Yeah, Bones Ride Dunes. That track, it's not an easy track. It's like, if you're new at the game, you will have a hard time with it, and especially the shortcuts, or the first one at least. Getting like the right angle and the right placement isn't easy, but like once you do it, or once you know how to do it, it's definitely fun.
Okay, so I do agree that the shortcuts are hard, and that's good. I did rank this track rather low. It was in my bottom 10. But the thing that gets me the most is adding all the shortcuts together. It just doesn't really flow. Like, going from the first NISC to the second NISC with the longer path, the way to set it up it's really awkward, and with bumps you're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
I just feel like the flow of the track, like, if you only take the first and the last cut, it's fine. But if you want to go the intended faster route, it just doesn't really make sense how it goes together.
True. Also, that's gonna be a reoccurring theme of shortcuts in this game, at least. Shortcuts are definitely not, like, they're not as good as they were in MKLE.
Yeah, the shortcuts are kind of hard to pull off, but for me personally, I would have liked the track, the colors of the track, not yellow. I don't think yellow and green really fits an ice themed track. I would have liked it more cooler colors, maybe like a blue or purple or something that fits ice, instead of just a random yellow and green and just slippery. It seems like the track itself was just put together like Nintendo Labo or something. Like, it just doesn't fit ice. It just doesn't fit ice to me. That's really why it's on my list. It's at number 37. I just don't feel ice when I play the track.
While
It's fair.
I do agree with you, I think Nintendo wanted to dabble with a lot of contrasting colors in this game, so that's probably why the yellow and green paths are there, to kind of clash with the ice.
No, this was a DLC track, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah, and
That's
you
correct.
actually paid for this track, so I mean...
Okay, yes and no, because actually, yes, technically, yeah.
Just yes.
Yes,
You paid for all the tracks, technically.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So final thoughts or final census is that this track is hard, and it's meant to be hard because it's an ice course, and some will like it while others will not, and color wise it could be a little better. I think that's
Yeah,
the final.
that's basically why it's at the bottom of the
Just
list.
needs to be
Yeah.
a bit smoother polished.
yeah.
It seems a bit rushed in my opinion, but
Yeah. Now, if we were doing like a rank list, just the DLC tracks, I'd say this would be one of like the
this probably
Lowest
would
ones.
be the bottom spot.
yeah.
Yeah, it's decent. But it's not my favorite.
Yeah, like it's not in my bottom 10, so
All
I
right.
find
So
other tracks worse.
all right, moving on to 46, and that is N64 Toad's Turnpike.
I'm not
Now-
surprised. I'm really not. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
this track I think was my number 47. I'll just check. No, this was my 46. So
This was
same
my
thing, pretty much.
45.
No wonder
This
it's 46.
was my. I need to find it. Give me a second. Where are you? Oh, 37.
Okay, so for me, this course, I think, like it's meant to be hard because it's a highway course, and it's a course which cars are driving by, so obviously that's automatically it's hard. And now the thing is that I will say that compared to the other driving courses like Moonview Highway we had, it's not as bad as those. I will say that it is better than those tracks when it comes to the difficulty wise. It's not as hard, but at the same time, this track is just figure eight circuit with cars on the road. To me it's just boring. Sorry, that's why I don't like the track. I don't like the track because it's quote unquote hard. I mean, well, yes, but like that's not why I don't like it. I don't like it because it's just boring to drive on, for me at least.
Yeah, and for me, like I disagree. It's not hard at all for me. You can easily avoid the cars.
I mean, I did say that the track isn't hard. Well, it's not as hard as Moonview Highway, but yeah, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but it's too easy, and it's like it's a simple map, and I feel like it lost all its charm from the N64 version. It's not chaotic. In mirror mode, the cars don't travel towards you. It just feels really slow. That's why I think it's at my number. Oh, it's at my number 44. Okay, well, but it's just not the first track I'd play.
For me, I just think that Nintendo kind of put themselves in an awkward situation with this track, to where I don't know what they could have added to make this track interesting, and so they kind of forced themselves to have to make a boring track, instead of using another car-based retro like Mushroom City or Moonview Highway.
Mm-hmm.
So the track it's easy, it's boring. The gliders are cool, but they're not useful, as well as the anti-grav. And like you just have a million walls to wall dodge reds, and it's just like there's nothing unique in it. And it's not bad, it's just they couldn't really add much to it to make it better.
Yeah, so overall, this track, like it's supposed to be hard, but it's not really hard, and it's just boring to drive on.
That's basically it.
I will say that, like, adding on to what Lily said, when they put themselves into an awkward situation, they did make an attempt to make it good, you know, like they added those ramp cars, and they added anti-gravity, you know, just they put the effort, but the execution was not the best.
It's not even the execution. Like, what the choices that they made were smart. It's just I don't think like the base track kind of like screwed them over, because I don't think you can make Toad's Turnpike interesting.
Yeah,
but how they did it, I'd say they did a good job with it. It's just there's other tracks that are just more interesting.
Yeah,
true. Now at the same time, like, we should remember that in Mario Kart we can't have all tracks that are like very interesting. I mean, we should have some boring tracks, just to like, you know, calm down, you know, when playing the game.
But this isn't supposed to be a calm track, though. That's what kind of like
ended up being,
and it feels too calm in the setting that it is.
Yeah, it feels like driving on when it's not rush hour.
Yeah.
All right.
We spent traffic.
Yeah,
basically.
We spent a little too much time on this track, so let's move on.
Yeah, well, I think it deserved a little bit more time, because there's a lot that needed to be said about this, because there's a lot of controversy around this track when it first came out.
Good point, actually. Yeah, never mind.
I didn't know that there was controversy.
Well, not I wouldn't say controversy, but there was a lot of talk.
Differing opinions.
Yeah,
on why Toad's Turnpike should or shouldn't have been, and how Nintendo actually put it in the game. So yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, moving on to 45. It's GCN Dry Desert, and this track, I get why it's this low, because again, well, let me finish talking at least.
No.
This track is so low because it's a sand track. Now, personally, I think this track isn't as bad as it seems. It's kind of got the vibes of Mario Raceway from MKW, which I like. So I put this track as number 22. So yeah, but otherwise, I think people they don't like sand tracks or tracks which are like off-road type tracks in general, which is why it's probably low. That's just me, but overall, I think this track is it's not the best, but I think it's average for me. I'd say, um, like um, like there's many shortcuts, and yeah,
All right,
that's
yeah.
why it's
So
average for me.
yeah, so for me, I feel like people, in my opinion, I think people misinterpret the name. Like it's Drive for a reason, and that's why I have it at in my list. I have it at 33 because the execution of the theme of dry desert is very, in my opinion, very well. I just think that the amount of shortcuts almost destroy the actual skill in this track. I feel like it's definitely almost 90% a luck track
Yo, definitely.
because of the amount of shortcuts in this on this track. Because so for me, it's just that the execution I thought it was done very well. It's just the shortcuts I think destroy the skill involved in Mario Kart for this track. That's why it's at on my list. It's at number 33. But I do understand why people don't like this track.
For me, driving this track is so fun. Just it flows very well, and the Nisk at the beginning is fun, and you break away. But it kind of sucks because if you drive it and have fun, you get last.
Yes, exactly.
So that's why I have it at 30, 38,
Wow, do you guys rank
30,
it so
39.
low? Wow, I ranked it so high compared to you guys.
Yeah, so how dry 101, you get like you don't get the startup boost, you go forward, you hop around, 12 people at the first item set trying to get items. You go, and then some people start running. You stay in 9th place and let the one idiot in first break away, so you have distance to get the funny stick.
Yes.
And so then you just shock, and then you golden, and then you win. And that's like not fun, because I want to be able to drive the track and not be the one that's getting target shocked in first by being an idiot and running, because I run the track. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, this track is, like I said, this track is kind of like Mario Raceway. Like, it's trying
Definitely.
to be. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, trying to be, but like ended up being. I mean that. All right. So, final census of the track is.
Fun to drive, but you can't drive it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically the recap.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to 44. It's a GCN Sherbetland. Wow. This one I actually did not expect to be this low. I think this track I actually think it's pretty fun to drive on. Even though this is an ice course, or actually no, it's a snow course. Actually, it's not slippery. Actually, well, it is, but like it's not. It's very minor. Like I don't even feel the difference. It doesn't feel like I'm driving on snow. It feels like I'm driving on normal land. Actually, to me, and it's just like and the scenery is nice. There's a few alternate pathways which are longer, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean overall it's a fun track to drive on.
Yeah. So were you finished?
I put it at 23, so it's kind of like it's there. I mean, I do think it could be a little more interesting, but which is why for me it's at 23, and I don't know why it's this low. I don't think it deserves to be this low, honestly, but the list says otherwise.
Yeah. Well, I can understand why people don't like it because it's an ice theme track and not a lot of people like ice themes. But for me, I put it at 34 for me because I feel like you're almost guaranteed a win if you're in first, you take the correct paths, and because like again, like items are gonna determine your win in this track. The shortcuts I don't think are that fun to me. The scenery is kind of like for me, it's like it kind of blurs out because there's too much blue, in my opinion. So it's not really fun to look at for me personally, and I feel like it's just a bit slow. But the tracklet, but like, yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, this track. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So
no.
Was gonna say, I guess.
I was just poking fun. All right. So for me, Shimmerland's at a hot 33. It's very fun to drive. I like the space that you can have. It's a well scaled track. A lot of the tracks, when pack is close, it feels very cramped. Say you're in a 6v6 and you're top 6, like you have all the space in the world to not team kill, and I really like that about this track because it gives an option to not be cramped. The driving is fun. It's pretty like it's very smooth to drive, but I don't think it's too hard. And overall, I just think it's a solid track, but I actually don't remember why I put it this low. Oh well, it's a solid track.
So final thoughts is that this track is a snow track, and which is why it's low. But other than that, like if it was not a snow track, I think it'd be fun to like it would be much higher. But otherwise, it's pretty fun to drive on, to be honest. And the sceneries, I like the scenery, but yeah.
I love the scenery.
I'm probably the only person who's not really a big fan of the scenery, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Winter is just my favorite season, so.
Oh, nice. Mine's summer.
I didn't rank any track off of their aesthetics though. Literally, it's just track design.
For me, I ranked on design, gameplay, somewhat scenery. Music didn't come in for me. It's usually just gameplay and design and how
for
well
me,
it's laid out.
I just base it off gameplay.
Yeah, literally just driving.
Yeah. All right, moving on to 43 and Shy Guy Falls. Yeesh. Again, what's up with this track being this low?
That's because I don't like this track.
I don't like this track either.
Wow, I
think it's the most overrated
like this
track in Mario Kart history, if I'm going to be honest.
Wow, overrated.
Do people like this track? I don't think this track is rated.
Wow, okay. I put this track 27. I don't think okay. This track isn't terrible, but I also don't think it's good. I think it fits right in that solid mediocre to average category. So but yeah, I mean driving on it is I mean it's not boring. It's kind of interesting, and that ending shortcut it's pretty fun to do, and also if like if you have a mushroom it is sort of like it's not hard, but like if you're brand new at the game, like it might trip you up because like you might just fall off the track and you might like overshoot the cut and you might just go straight and you might not make the turn. But anyways, but other than that, I think the track is fun to drive on, and I don't know why this is this low. I don't know, and please tell me why this track is this low, guys.
I do because the waterfalls, apparently the biggest part of this track, works terribly in this track. Like almost like the speed boosts are randomly laid out.
They're not.
A point where it's just like it's not fun to drive on this track. It's really not. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have fun. It's boring. The track design's just uninteresting. Well, actually, it's attempt to be interesting. It just falls flat in that area. The waterfalls are just plain annoying, actually, and it's just not fun, and it's more like the track is painful and annoying rather than actually fun to play on. It's more of like, for me, it's more of like a nuisance to play on than an actual Mario Kart track. So that's why it's my second to last on my list, aka number 47.
I put mine at I got mine at 38, but for me, this track is also a nuisance to me. One, the driving is boring, and the coin path is annoying as well, but also, just it encourages back spam. This track is like the easiest track to back somebody once, and then their whole race is over. Because if you back them on the first waterfall, which is going down, and a boost panel's not there, they're not going to catch up.
Yeah, definitely.
It encourages back spam in the worst way, and I don't know, for that reason alone, like, it's just not fun for me. One more thing to add is that the NISC is awkward, and it's a challenging NISC, and it's like good that it's hard, but it's not a good NISC for me personally. It's not fun.
Actually, I don't even think the NISC was intended to be a NISC. Like, I think pretty sure it was intended to be just a shroom cut.
I'm pretty sure almost every NISC wasn't intended to be a NISC.
Yeah, unless it's the Ice Ice Outpost one,
that's
intended.
That's like technically a NISC, but it's technically not. Honestly, my definition of a NISC is one that isn't like the set shortcut path that you're supposed to take without trims.
Okay, I see.
You're cutting a part off the track that wasn't possibly intended, like Dragon Driftway.
Alright, true. Makes sense. Alright, so final thoughts on this track. Actually, I'm kind of biased for this track, so someone else say it.
I'll do it.
No,
okay.
say no, you say yours and then we'll say ours, since we're clashing opinions.
Alright, sure, fine. I think this track, I will say that the waterfall, like, you do have a good point there. Yes, if you do get back spammed, you will probably like not do well at the race. But at the same time, like other than that, I think the course is, like, for me, I tried driving on it, and like, I don't know. I mean, I had a good experience, so I like the track. So I mean, I'm sure other people who didn't have a good experience will not like the track.
You're like, please don't hurt me.
Yeah, but for like, it's just like, for me, it's just like it's boring. The gameplay's awful. It's just not really that fun to play on. It's more annoying to play on than an actual fun Mario Kart track that I want to play on. Yeah.
To be fair, my opinions will probably be different from both of you, just due to combined.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's because compared to you guys, I'm not at that skill level, and I don't play this game that much compared to both of you guys.
Both of us are.
Is that why I'm? Is that why I'm recording the gameplay?
We're about 3 times better than you are.
What? Well, I mean, I'm also recording the gameplay too, so it's so. My
gameplay is gonna be probably bad. Am I recording Shy Guy Falls? I am recording Shy Guy Falls. I'm gonna attempt the NISC, and right here in editing, you're going to put me eating the ground going for it.
We'll see about that. I don't know.
No. Proof I'm bad. Right there. There it is. See, I just fell off.
Alright, fine. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Okay, anyways, yeah, so I'm just saying that, like, so I kind of represent the people who play this game more casually, while you guys will represent the people who play this game more competitively, you know?
Yeah.
So, I like that. It's good.
I like that clash. It's not a discussion if everybody agrees.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right, moving on to 42 DS cheap bitch, or cheap beach.
You said
watch your language.
Wash your mouth
when
with
life
soap and water.
Okay, I think there was a meme. I'll probably put that meme up here. When life throws you something and but you get a cheap beach, like it's a meme with this track. I'll probably put up on the screen about now. Anyways, yeah, this track, you know what, I keep saying I didn't expect this track to be this slow, so I'm gonna say it again.
You're saying that for like every track.
No, I actually agree with them this time.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
This time I actually do agree too as well. Like, I'm surprised it's this low.
Okay, let's see where I put it, because I forgot. I put it DS cheap beach. I put it at 20. This track, This track, I think it's definitely a lot better than the one it was in DS. Like the one on DS was, you could argue, a little boring, but like this one, it's definitely more interesting. There's like, now I will say that at the end, they added useless ramps. Those I think were completely unnecessary. I will say that. But other than that, the track is a beach track and it's fun to drive on. I mean, yeah, it's beach, it's summer, it's it's a fun, happy time,
Go drown in the water.
Yes, except
Yeah.
you can't, because
Yes, you can.
can't.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about in this game you can't drown, can you?
Oh yeah,
No.
I forgot that all of the characters in this game are like aquatic animals.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So from my standpoint, yeah, I think it's a solid track. Like I put it at 32, because I do think it's a solid track. I think it plays nice. I think the atmosphere is really relaxing. I feel relaxed playing on the track. I'm surprised it's this low, but my only issue is that you can't drive. It's the same issue with Dry Desert. If you drive through the track, you're gonna get last. Like you have
Not
to.
true.
Nah,
No, because
I
you
don't-
take the water paths. Like that's
Well,
how you
the
win. And like if you take the
water
beach path,
patch, you don't need a mushroom though. I mean,
Yeah, you go around the cut.
Oh, yeah,
Honestly,
true.
that cut doesn't save that much time.
that is true actually.
yeah, it's
I don't
just,
know.
I mean, I don't think taking the cut actually slows down any like speed unless you're going through the dirt. But
Yeah, that's
like-
not.
No, but
yeah, but
I
I don't
just
think we're talking about that. Never mind.
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about going underwater and staying to the left.
Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind.
yeah. Just I think that if you're more experienced, like me and Lily, like you're almost guaranteed a win on this, because the more casual players don't know like around this track very well, because it's very easy to like come up with like really easy tactics to win on this track because of how basic the track actually is. Well, it's not really basic; it's just easy. But I think other than that, it's a pretty solid track, and I'm surprised it's this low.
For me, I feel like this track has a high skill cap because you described this track as basic or easy. I slightly disagree. It's not basic, it's open. Your lines can be so like freeform in this track. There's really no set path you can go. Like say like going around tree this way, that way, or taking this ramp or not. You can do a lot on this track, but I didn't like this track for the longest time because of that, because I didn't know what line to take because it was so open and there wasn't like a set direction that was obviously faster. But once I learned it, the optimal lines for this track is actually really fun to drive and it's really satisfying.
All right, so final thoughts on this track is like it looks nice. It's fun to drive on. And there's kind of it's a bit tougher to like find what the most optimal way is. But like once you do it, you could be pretty solid.
All right.
All right,
Alright.
next track.
Next track is 41. It's GBA Cheeseland.
I'm surprised at this too.
All right. For me, I put this track at a solid 30. I used to hate this track actually when I first played this game. But as time grew on, I don't hate it, but like it's not my favorite track at this point. I mean, it's fine. I'll drive on it. And like just what works is when it's lap 3, I tend to try not to be first place. I tend to be a little bit behind so I can get a shroom and just take the cut and then hopefully get a good position. That's what I do. I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah. I mean, I don't have much comment on this track. And well, actually, I do. I do think they did an amazing job as a remake. Like they did it. It doesn't feel like a remake at all. It feels like it belongs in this game. Like it's like a brand new track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in that regard, it's amazing. Like the design is pretty good, but just for me, this track is it's not my favorite track. That's all. and that's probably why it's this low on this list.
Yeah. So for me, I actually love the track. I put this at 17 on my list. I think the design is the design is nice. The concept is great. Especially coming from Super Circuit. But my one issue is that mushrooms are way too overpowered in this track. And if you get like some error and you get 2 triple mushrooms, you probably just won the game. But if you actually get first place, it's like one of the best feelings ever. So
definitely.
Yeah.
If you feel mushrooms are overpowered, I don't think you've done the Bill exploit before.
No, I'm saying like in this track, I feel like mushrooms are overpowered in this track.
But the Bill exploit kind of makes this track, in my opinion. Sorry.
Anything else? So is that it, or do you have more to say? Why? Hello? I just
Hello?
asked, are you? I just asked, do you have more to say? Why, or should we move on to?
Can you keep that in and just silence and go, hello?
I thought he disconnected or something, or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. So moving on to Lily. So what's your opinion on this track? I'm guessing it's positive. Okay. So Lily wanted me to just have me watch a video and do my live reaction as her opinion on this track. So I guess we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna play it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I want to see what Jez gets here. I do want to see what Jez gets.
Do you want me to play the whole video out, or just like first whole? Okay, so 2 minutes 40 seconds. Okay.
There's too many fucking baggers. You all are bagging, and you're just gonna get zapped back there with no dodge at the end of lap 1.
I mean, the whole point is to bag.
You realize
though.
I'm gonna get a star to set. I'm gonna get a star to set, and you all are gonna be stupid. See, why do you need to go back there? Look, I'm in 3rd, and I got this. You guys are playing this game incorrectly. There's no reason. There is no reason. Watch, you know the sad part is I'm going to hold this until the end of lap 2. But I'm gonna get shocked. Like the shock's gonna come before that. Like look how far ahead I am.
Yeah, true.
Okay, there's no shock yet. There is no shock yet. If they wait until the second set and I correctly predict this, your strategy is invalid. Okay, Shock, where you at? Where you at? Dodge me in second. Let's go, baby! You all suck! Oh, again, let's go!
Ooh,
you all are playing
damn
this game
dodge.
incorrectly! You're all incorrect!
Okay,
Get
boss.
out! Play! Look at me! I'm out of here! I'm gonna lap you all!
This guy thinks he's Troy.
What are you doing, kiddies?
Of Mario Kart 8
I'm
Deluxe.
up here!
Except,
Where are you
if
at?
Troy was a cocky
Did I not
asshole.
just say what was
No.
gonna
No,
happen? Stop
he's
bagging!
doing this. He's not actually like this.
Okay,
Oh,
all
I'm
right.
gonna get blued.
You can hear him laughing at the end. He was doing
Horn,
that more
horn.
for the content.
Oh, come on. I should get a... If Neo wins, I'm gonna be so pissed, dude. I
Let's
fucking
go,
outplayed
Neo.
you so hard, Neo. You better not have a fucking shroom! I hate this game! You all suck! I outplayed you all so hard! Fuck this! I'm so mad! I am
What
so
did I
mad!
just watch? Alright, yeah, so that's pretty much GBA in a nutshell, where on lap 3, you don't want to be first place. Or end of lap 3 more specifically. And hope for a shroom or a star at the end of lap 3. Alright, so, Lily, why don't you say the final transition, since you didn't actually say your opinion, just show me a video.
You are playing this game incorrectly.
That's it? That's all for this track?
That's it.
Okay, alright. I can respect that, I guess. Alright, moving on to the next one, which is let me pull up the list. Excite by Bike Arena as number 40.
Ooh.
This track was, I expected this to be I expected this to be low, but I wasn't expecting this to be lower than one track, which we'll get to in a bit. You probably know what
Talking
it
about the
is.
next one.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
spoil anything. But
Well, okay, I
we
mean,
all have something in the. But let's talk about this one
okay,
first.
I mean, yeah, you probably know what track we're talking about, but anyways, yeah. So this track is, you know what? We have to do these two as ones because they're right next to each other, so we might as well.
No.
Yes,
Nah,
I'm calling
finish this
it.
one. No, we'll finish this one first. We'll get to.
Excite Bike will
Fine.
be quick.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, but they'll probably know what track we're talking about at this point, anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this track is pretty much like it's Baby Park except with like some tricks and a bit of off road. That's what it is. It's pretty much that's all I have to say on this track.
Yeah. So for me, I think just the design being an oval. I mean, it's kind of it's just an oval. It's like
I
it's
cannot.
like
I'm
Baby Park,
recording.
but calmed down a
Apkalo.
bit. And I mean, it's not that I don't like that. I put it at 29. It's just like
Oh, damn.
it's Excite Bike, but it doesn't feel exciting. Like it's just an oval. it's just an oval with a bunch of tricks. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just like for me, it's just like why, like
Boring bike arena.
yeah, it's boring bike arena, not Excite Bike, but it's not. It's like the gameplay is fine. That's why it's higher than what I put Cheap Cheap Beach and Sherbet Land and Dry Dry Desert, because like the gameplay is fine. It's just the design. The design is just what puts it at 29 for me.
For me, the only reason why this track is a little bit higher in my list, it's not even that high, it's at number 42, is because there's a couple technical aspects to this track that not everybody does, because it is a bit difficult to align, and that's ramp drifting. But that's like it's gotten to the point where you do it less now, because now you do it like twice per lap. But that's the only reason why it's not like second to last.
Yeah. Now that
Funny.
I think of it, I don't know why I put it so high on my list, to be honest. It's yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Funny enough, I forgot to say I put this as my top 10 actually.
How?
As my number 10.
so-
Okay, I put this higher than Baby Park on my list because like even though Baby Park and this track they're literally the exact thing except that this one's a little different. I just enjoy driving. I just enjoy playing this track.
How can it be the exact thing but different?
Exactly. It's better. Okay. Now I will say actually yeah. So I should probably I should probably back up my argument here. Okay. So also
Oh, yeah.
so I'm the two shortcuts or the grass cuts as you could call it. I actually do enjoy those. And plus it makes race interesting. So if you're front running, out of nowhere some guy can just pull a golden or something and just zoom by you. And you won't be first place anymore at that point. And I do tend to enjoy that, like in Mario Kart, which is why I like track like Raceway, you know, because there's a luck factor. Now
Sorry, go ahead.
Now last video I did say that Mario Kart should be luck based, and that's the way I like it. Now yes, that is true. But I also enjoy skill track. I also enjoy some skill. I just want to make a point clear because some people told me, hey man, I thought you were a guy who likes skill in Mario Kart, and that is true, but I do like some tracks to be just purely luck based, while other tracks can be skill based. Anyways, yeah. So back to this track.
I just want to clarify something.
Yeah.
Even though that I think I should also I think Pikachu would agree with me. Is that even though we don't like the luck tracks, we still want them to be in the game, and luck tracks are one of the most important aspects of Mario Kart.
Yes,
And
I
with-
100% agree with that.
Without them, it wouldn't be a fun game.
Yeah, Mario Kart needs a mixture of both luck-based and skill-based track.
I agree.
Yeah, but
And this game
when
does have that.
Yeah, but when I draw the line is when there's too many luck-based, too much luck involved. Like I do want a luck-based track to spice things up, but I don't want it to the point where it just becomes unfun.
I think the whole point of those tracks is to be luck based. Like the whole point, like I think at least one track per game, it should be where like it should be full on luck based. Like this is now this game does have a few of those, so it
Like
has
Cheese
more
Land.
than one.
Yeah.
Well, Cheese Land isn't so much luck based.
It's a luck-based track.
I think
Yana.
I think like luck-based tracks still have to be interesting. I feel
Yeah.
like luck-based tracks should be in this game, but they shouldn't be oversimplified to where it's just item spam. I'd say if there were a couple more tracks that were like Dry and Cheese Land, maybe one with a bit more shortcuts, then that would be fine. The tracks still need to be interesting and fun to drive.
Yeah.
Also,
I agree with
one more
that.
thing I just want to add. I think what they could have done with this track is I don't know if people would like this track or not, or they would hate it more. Is instead of an oval, why don't they just make it a long straightaway? Because in the original game Excite Bike, like I don't think you turn. I think you just went straight, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah. But the problem with that is I think it would be even more boring than that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just a straight
Yeah.
line.
Because then
Yeah.
there wouldn't be any shortcuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that I think that could have been. It could have been like if they did it right, it could have been interesting. But at the same time, yeah, like you said, it would be boring by default unless they made it interesting, you know. But yeah. Anyways, final thoughts on this track is that this track is Baby Park, except with tricks, and it's luck based.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I like it, though other people may not like it. Okay, so the next track is 39, as you could probably guessed it. It's Baby Park actually. And yeah, I actually don't like this track, but I like Excite Bike Arena, and the main reason why that is because I just think that this track there's no shortcuts. Now yes, there is like those two one, but like there's a two NISC, but like I don't really call that a shortcut. I just call that like cutting a corner. And I mean, wait a minute, I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but
They do actually save more time than you think.
Yeah, they actually do.
they do save time. But the
That would be the
only
one
issue,
redeeming quality for me.
but the only issue for me is that this track like it's chaos. It's chaos, and it's intended to be chaos, which is that's a fair point, but I don't like this to be that chaotic. But I put it as my 42 actually. So it's right about where it is in the actual ranking. But yeah, which is why I like this. Which is why I don't like this, and I like Excite Bike. One's chaotic, and one has shortcuts and tricks.
Yeah. So for me, I rank this as my 48. I despise this track. This is the one track I cannot stand in this game. Well, for one, the track design, I guess the name kind of says it. It's Baby Park. It's an oval. I like when a track design is interesting. I don't like when it's simple. And I feel like the track design is too simple. And I actually disagree about it being chaotic. I think it's much toned down from what it was on the GameCube. It's really.
I mean, it's still chaotic, but
it's
it's not
chaotic,
as
but
much as
it's
it
not
was.
It's not. Well, I wouldn't say it's not as bad. I think the original is still the best.
I wasn't
version.
comparing it though. I was just saying that
Yeah, I
it's
know.
chaotic.
Yeah, I know,
I have the reasoning on why it's less chaotic in 8 Deluxe. It's because in Double Dash, the shells went above the median and passed over.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I just feel like it's okay, and also it's anti-gravity. I'm not sure if that for me that kind of plays in. That's why it's at the bottom. It just feels anti-gravity is kind of slippery in a way, so it's hard to turn. on the 2 turns you have to make. Well, you have to make it 14 times, but it's just slippery. It's just annoying to make a turn because of the way they laid it out, which was anti-gravity. But overall, it's just not fun. It's not fun. It's very boring. It's tedious. I can't really pull out any words in my vocabulary to describe how much I hate this track. Like, I just can't really explain in words how much I dislike this track. I hope that someone else can explain how much I despise this track. Please.
I can.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I don't like this track either.
I would rather DC than play this track.
Same. Same.
That's all, or
That's all.
Okay, I mean, all right.
Enough was already said.
True. Also, I think they made it anti-gravity just to responding to your thought. Because like they're like, hey, I have an idea. Why don't we add anti-gravity? But why? Just because we have it, and okay.
Yeah, and half the time, and in my opinion,
there's no reason.
doesn't
Like, it's just
work.
there because it can be. That's pretty much why it's there at this point.
Yeah.
So final thoughts on this track is
It's
this
bad,
track
and I don't know why it's at number
this track
39.
just sucks, and this track honestly, I mean, yeah, this track just sucks. That's
I have no idea why people put it in their top 10.
yeah.
This is,
Like
in
if
my
you're trying to
opinion,
grind,
this is the defining version of why Mario and of why you should not play this track. I'd rather disconnect than play this track 2 times in a row.
yeah, and the thing is that like I know I said that Mario Kart I do like luck-based track, but this is not even luck. This is
It's
just like
it's
hell. Like this.
spam.
Yeah, if you're stuck in first, you're stuck in first. If you're stuck in last, you're stuck in last. No getting out of that place.
Also, it's kind of hard to see, like, if you're actually sorry. So if you're in first place, it's hard to see how far behind second place is, because you might have lapped people, and they're like, oh, am I like not far behind, or am I like very ahead? Like, you don't know that until you know.
You can use your X button and look back, and usually the person that is also passing people is the person in second.
Yeah, and half the time, and almost 90% of the time, if you get comboed, you're probably gonna get in the bottom places.
Yeah,
obviously.
and also if you're trying to grind VR,
Yeah,
good luck.
try not doing that. Try not with Baby Kart.
Yeah. So
I would say leave. Okay, a tip for VR grinders that people probably already know. If I don't VR grind, by the way, I have like 16K.
I have 22K.
Nice. I have like 10K.
Yeah, if you see Baby Park on the track list, just leave the room before any track gets picked. You won't lose VR.
That is true. Yeah, that's actually a
because the room's gonna pick it like it's an F.
Yeah. Because the noobs love playing it because it's a luck track, but more skilled players hate the track.
I will say that like if
Unless
you have
you're darky.
Now if you have very low VR and you want to get VR, pick this track. Just saying, and you're like with. Well,
please don't.
No, because somebody's gonna get so far back that they're gonna pull a shock and you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay.
Okay. Also,
Felton's just like, okay, I have no opinions.
Yeah. Wait, I forgot to add something. The point of this track in Double Dash was items, and the theme of doing items in this track doesn't really work well, because of you're either gonna get comboed, someone's gonna get a shock and ruin your entire race, or a blue shell. Someone's gonna get a star right when you're lapping them. It just doesn't flow well.
I think honestly, I'm just thinking of this now. I think Baby Park isn't fun because of the special items aren't in Deluxe.
Oh yeah, that's
so the special items made it really fun, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Enough said. I think this track is just Baby Park, and we can move on.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to 38. It's SNES Donut Plains 3. And let's see. I actually personally I don't like this track, but let's see where I put it. I think I put it a little higher, but I'll check. can't find it right now. But okay, but I don't really. I mean, I don't have a big problem with this track, but it's just that like I don't know, it doesn't seem that much fun to drive on, and doing the NISC isn't so hard, but like I mean, like I just like it's kind of boring, and it's what like to be honest, I don't really like most of the tracks from GBA and SNES, some except for some, but like a lot of those I don't like them, so that's also another reason why I don't like this track, except for Cheeseland and Ribbon Road. Those were great remakes. This one is just it's not that much better.
Yeah, but for me, I think Nintendo was at a tough spot because the SNES tracks are difficult to renovate in a way. Like it's difficult to up them up because of how simple they were in their actual game, in like back in 1992. But like, I feel like this track is at I think my number 46. Yeah, because it's just boring. Like I feel like there's compared to all the other tracks in the game, it just falls flat. It's just not interesting enough to. It just doesn't feel. I don't know. I feel like they could have picked another track other than Donut Plains 3 for this game. Like I feel like there was not an. I feel like Donut Plains would have been so much better in Mario Kart Wii. Like there's nothing. I don't feel like they could have done enough to make it up to standards with the other Mario Kart 8 tracks. And I feel like it just falls flat and is boring. That's why it's at the bottom of my list.
Also, I'd argue that they did a better job remaking GBA Mario Circuit because that one's not so bad. I mean,
yeah, but that's for the next video.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So we spoiled something. Oops.
Or did we? You don't know that until you watch the rest of this video. Actually,
It's number 48.
Yeah. No. It's actually 49.
There's
a
my
secret
bad.
track. Yeah, so if you do up, down, up, right, and then you press the D-pad.
F5.
Like, yeah. And then you turn off your Switch and then you turn it back on, you can get a secret track. Yeah.
No,
wait, which one? Wait, what? I never heard of that.
No, you just press F5 on this page.
Yeah. Also, if you pour bleach onto your Switch, like this track will come right away. Okay. All right. Okay. That's enough of that. Okay. Yeah,
I would cut that part out.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. Okay. Yeah. So, Lily, what about you? What do you think about this track? I'm pretty sure you like this track, right? If I'm correct.
I adore this track. This track is number 8 on my track list. It's fun. It reminds me of Ghost Valley 2 in a sense. And I love that track in MKWii. I mainly like it because I'm good at it. It's one of my best tracks. So it's really satisfying to just do the NISC and then just say see ya. And so this track is super smooth to drive. It is like butter to just drive it. Unless if you're time trialing and you're trying to go for 8 coins, then it's not fun. But
Yeah.
it's like you, unless if you get bumped on the NISC, this track is extremely just fun and like balanced. Also this track is balanced because
Oh yeah, I can agree with that.
even though there's 2 sets and that may be like, oh well, that's kind of stupid, there's a bunch of risk reward because you can skip the second set or go for a double. So there's a lot of thinking when you're running on, like, say, do I want to extend my lead or keep it, or should I go for more defense? And it's a lot of strategy in the track, and I think people sleep on it too much. It's so fun to drive. I love front running.
Yeah. You know what? Now
You
that
can
I think of it,
tell.
I don't know why I put this so low on my list. I mean, yes, it's the theme
Yeah.
itself is pretty boring, but like it's actually very nice in like gameplay.
Number 8 for me.
Yeah, I probably
now-
should have ranked it a little bit higher, but
Now, I will agree that the risk reward thing is a good thing, where you can go for the item box or take the NISC, you know, like I think that's
Yeah.
good, and you gotta make that choice while in race. But yeah, that's all.
I do agree with you, but I
On
still
that
agree
point-
with you.
I still stand by my point where I think this track could have been a lot better. I mean, they did do a good job, or they did a decent job with Mario Circuit, with GBA Mario Circuit, and did a great job with Ribbon Road and Cheese Land. And well, this track is just like, it's there. I mean, and you can go underwater, yay! I mean, not, but yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, just for me, I think it's just like, I think it plays it plays excellently. I just feel like they could. For me personally, I don't think it was up to standards as much as the other tracks in the games are. That's why it's at the bottom, near the bottom of my list. So
Mine's
yeah.
on the top just because it's literally based on gameplay alone.
All right. So final thoughts. I think we kind of already said our final thoughts. We have
we
to,
technically
yeah.
did. Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to 37. It's 3DS Piranha Plant Slide, and this track. Let's see. What did I put as track? Can I remember this? Yes, I put it at 34. So it's kind of close to where it is. Now, I do think this track deserves to be a little bit better. Like I put it on 34, but it's not terrible. I just think that this track, like it's the exact same thing from the one as it was in the 7, if I'm correct. I didn't play too much 7, but I do believe that this track is very similar. They didn't change much, right?
Except the visuals.
I don't think there was
visuals.
much to me changed. I don't think there was much change needed.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
Mario
a
Kart 8
good point, actually.
To be honest,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
gonna be honest. They picked the wrong tracks for Mario Kart 8. Like, I feel like they should have picked from 7 the ones that needed to be revamped. Like Mario Circuit could have been almost excellent in Mario Kart 8.
Also, Toad's what's it called? I think it's called Toad's Circuit. It's the opening track.
Toad
of
Circuit
7.
was the opening stage.
Yeah. I think they could have brought that track back.
I feel like
That's another topic though.
Yeah. Let's not talk about another topic.
not get off topic.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I don't hate this track. I don't like this track. It just, for me, it's just like it's there. That's why I put at 34. Probably could have put a little higher, to be honest. But I mean, I don't know why I put at 34. I mean, I honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I think it deserves to be in the average category, section, not in like the below average.
I'm really surprised this came at 37. I put this at number 8 for me. I love this track. I think it plays nice. The underwater section is fun. It's fun to take that little shortcut. All in all, I just think the track is fun. Like, I can't really say anything else. It's just fun. That's why I put it in my top 10. So yeah.
I have this track at number 10. It's very smooth to drive. There's a common theme where the tracks that I like, I say that they're smooth to drive. I just don't like clunky tracks. The path decision, like the split paths, are cool because it gives you options, and unlike what Pikachu didn't like about Cheap Beach, you can take the different paths and you can still be going fast.
Yeah.
So
okay,
there's a lot of like choices that you can make. The strats on this track are fun. There's a bunch of little micro things that you could do that make you go like it makes you go like a decent amount faster, and I like those just like very little things that make a big difference. Overall, I just think this track is fun and it's well laid out, and there wasn't much needed to change from MK7.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
All right, so yeah. So why? So do you want to say the final census for this track?
So overall, it's a very, very solid track. It plays nice. It's smooth, as Lily said. It's just overall just a fun track, and we're surprised that it came this low on the list.
Maybe because people suck at it.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah,
it's really
yeah,
not that hard of a track. I don't know why they.
I think it's because I think what people don't like is that Z turn after the first set.
Yeah,
But literally, okay, if you're having trouble off the Z turn, I will help you.
same.
You will go,
It's really
you
not
will-
that hard.
You will go on the right block, the one that isn't the two split ones. It's just one path. You will hop at the end of it. You will hop almost at the end of it, and you will drift off of it. So like, you drift off of it, like you start your drift. Sorry, retake. So if you suck at this track, I will help you.
Okay.
I think what people don't like is the Z turn after the first set, and you basically start your drift off the right path after the boost panel, and then you land, and then you almost get the yellow mini turbo, the SMT. And that makes that turn so much easier because you're not banging into the wall. It flows really well if you just start your drift on the block.
All right,
I just follow the way 7 had it. I go on the left block, and then I avoid both of the green pipe thingies. If you avoid those, you're probably
You can like you can just drift over them. Like, don't trick on them, actually.
Yeah,
Like,
don't trick on
Yeah.
them. Don't trick on them, especially on 200. You're gonna fall off the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. All right, so it looks like the raw recording time of this is going a little more than we like to, and we're kind of getting bored of talking right now, just continuously. So I think we're gonna split this into 2 parts, right, guys? Or you guys want to continue talking more?
Yeah, we can split it into 2 parts.
All right, I'm guessing means yes. So yes.
I want to go take a nap.
Yeah, so this was not intended, but I guess we're gonna split the episode 6 into 2 parts. So yeah,
Hey,
now-
I mean, if it's longer than 10 minutes, it doesn't matter, Felt. So you got that ad revenue, you got it on pack.
That's true.
True.
Gain stonks.
All right. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed part 1, and we'll see you guys in part 2, which is gonna come out very soon, probably in like a day or 2 or 3 after this comes out. So yeah, see ya.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already.